Yo guys, what is up? Welcome to a brand new video. Today we're gonna do something like very different. I wanted to see what was the most popular Pokemon in every single country. I'm gonna be doing it for every single starter Pokemon from Generation 1 all the way up to Generation 8 now. So I actually stole this idea from Durnil. He made every state's least favorite state, as well as some most popular superheroes in every country. But if you guys do want to see some of his videos, his link is in the description down below. You guys can go over there and check it out. So we're going to be comparing Generation 1 and then Generation 2 and then so forth all up to Generation 8. So starting with Squirtle, Charmander, and Bulbasaur, we can go ahead and see like how popular they are in the entire world. And I don't even know if they even have internet in, I think this is Iceland here. We have the United States, and of course Charmander is ahead by... he's beating, so Bulbasaur is the least favorite, which is upsetting because Bulbasaur is my favorite Pokemon of Generation 1 and also like my second favorite Pokemon of all time. But let's see here. In Mexico, we actually have Squirtle. What countries love Bulbasaur? Saudi Arabia. Bulbasaur demolishes in Saudi Arabia for some reason. What other countries do we have here? Bulbasaur wins in Pakistan. Dude, Bulbasaur has the Middle East on lockdown. What about some European countries? Dude, Bulbasaur has Finland in its hand. It's like in the bag. It's got it, man. Even Poland, dude. Poland. Even these people, they know. Like, they're 100% Bulbasaur fans in these regions and stuff. But Squirtle has the entirety of Russia. Pretty much the same as Charmander has United States. So, Squirtle versus Charmander. And then we have China, who is almost... pretty much even on every single starter Pokemon, but it looks like Squirtle has taken the lead by just 1%, which is like, that's super small. I would say that they're pretty well-rounded in that country. Oh man, Bulbasaur has a 53% popularity rate in Kazakhstan. However you pronounce that. Sorry if I butchered your name, whatever country you're from. Sorry. In Australia, it is about the same as the United States. It's actually exactly the same as the United States. I always feel like Australia is like the second United States for some reason. I don't know. And then all the South American countries, it looks like Uruguay is the only South American country that I can see that enjoys Bulbasaur. Nobody knows what they want, man. But it's a pretty even mix. Right here we have a few ties. You can see it's a different shade of like red and whatever. We have ties here between Squirtle and Charmander in France. In the UK, Charmander is pretty well ahead in the UK, and dude, Iceland, Charmander is demolishing. Yeah, I'm glad that Squirtle. I feel like Squirtle is definitely more of a favorite than, actually, I don't know. You don't see a lot of yellow, but if you click on the states that have like not the states, but if you click on the countries that have like the red and stuff, it seems like those countries are more in favor of Bulbasaur most of the time, not every time. Okay, that's pretty close. And here Bulbasaur wins, but in Brazil Bulbasaur loses. Even though there's more blue on the thing, I want to say Bulbasaur has more. You guys can get on here and check it. It's googletrends.com. But yeah, so I'm gonna say for sure Charmander has won worldwide in Generation 1, which is, it was pretty obvious. I knew he would win anyways. Charmander and Charizard are just like one of the favorite Pokemon of Generation 1. But I guess let's go ahead and go to Generation 2. Alright, so let's go ahead and go into Generation 2. We got Totodile, Cyndaquil, and Chikorita. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go on a limb and guess and say that Cyndaquil is the most favorite in this generation. Totodile is going to be second favorite, and then Chikorita is going to be the least favorite. Now, fun fact, Generation 2 Pokemon game is the first Pokemon game I ever played, and I did pick Chikorita on the very first time I played it. But I think my favorite in this one is going to be Cyndaquil. I think Cyndaquil is the coolest looking one out of all of them. Totodile is a close second, though. But let's go ahead and compare these guys. Alright, right away, it does look very different from the last map. In regards to, like, I don't know, it's pretty much similar in the North America is basically still the fire type. They love fire types in North America, and Cyndaquil destroys in the United States with a 41%, and Chikorita is by far the least favorite. And in Russia, Totodile is up 45%. Yeah, Totodile is Russia's favorite Pokemon, it seems like. And Chikorita does have a bigger following than Cyndaquil in Russia, which is weird. Okay, so South America is vastly different. We got, dude, Brazil is a Totodile fan. We've got a lot of Chikorita in South America. I want to know, like, what makes people like certain Pokemon. Now that's something that someone could look up and try to like figure out. There's a lot less like Middle Eastern searches for these Generation 2 Pokemon. It's for sure a Generation 1 is more popular overall. And in the UK, now this time Australia is very different than the United States. Before they were like very similar in their scores. They're not too different. Yeah, it's just kind of flipped between Totodile and Cyndaquil. Chikorita basically has the same amount of percentage, just a little bit less in Australia. And we have South Africa, and over here we have New Zealand. Now, I really think that Totodile might actually have this one over Cyndaquil. But Chikorita, I was right about Chikorita. Chikorita is by far the least favorite Pokemon in Generation 2. So Greenland or Iceland still don't search Pokemon. They must not have any Pokemon in those regions. But yeah, so there we go. Totodile has won in Generation 2. Alright guys, so we're up to Generation 3 now. We have Torchic, Trico, and Mudkip. Now this is actually my favorite generation. Generation 3 is where I first started really getting into Pokemon, and I have a lot of nostalgia backed up in my mind with this one. But I'm going to have to say that Mudkip is going to be the world favorite, and I think this because of all the memes of Mudkip, and I think Torchic is going to be a close second, and I think Trico is going to be a close third. I think all these Pokemon are really enjoyable for every audience, and it's hard to really pick a favorite Pokemon, starter Pokemon from this generation. My favorite starter Pokemon from this generation is actually Trico. I love Trico. For some reason, I lean towards grass types or water types. I've never been really big into fire types, but in Generation 2, I did like Cyndaquil. But let's go ahead and go on into Google Trends and compare these three Pokemon. Alright, I can already see some things here. Now, I'm going to see that Mudkip is by far the most searched thing in the United States. And once again, and this is because of memes, I don't know how worldwide memes are besides the United States. I'm pretty sure that they're very much everywhere. In Japan, Mudkip is second, but Torchic is 40%. That's insane. And over here, Trico has almost no following in Russia at all. That is insane. Yeah, you can see kind of the darker shades and stuff here this time. If you see that, that means that that's 100% in that region. So in Morocco, Torchic gets 100% of the Google searches in that area. So that's the most popular there. In Tunis, I never heard of this country, but they love Torchic as well. And Ukraine has never ever searched Trico in the past 12 months. So the Trico has no love in that country, seems like. And Mudkip has 100% in Egypt. And Mudkip's all over the map on this one. I think Mudkip's going to be probably the world favorite, like I did say. Torchic is a close second. South America, Torchic has like all the countries in South America. I think, yeah, for sure, Torchic and Mudkip are going to be close. I don't know how to decide who is really the winner. I'm just kind of going off visuals and just like whatever. If you guys do want to actually do the math on that or whatever, you can. But I think this might be the first time. I can't remember if in Generation 1 they did, but Iceland actually searched a Pokemon here, and Mudkip is #1, and everything else has never been searched before. I wonder if that's just like one person out there searching Mudkip in Poland or Iceland. So yeah, that's Generation 3. I'm really impressed. Indonesia also has 41% Mudkip, 43% Mudkip in Australia. Australia and United States on the same page again this time. Alright, let's go on into Generation 4. Okay, so we're now in Generation 4 with Piplup, Chimchar, and Turtwig. Now, Generation 4 is probably the last game that I played as a child, and it's when I stopped really getting into Pokemon as much. And I wish I didn't stop there, but I did get back into it in Generation 5 back when I was in high school. But let's continue down this route here. So Piplup, Chimchar, and Turtwig are the starters. I think that I honestly don't know people's opinions on these starter Pokemon. It seems like Chimchar and Piplup are the favorites, and I think Turtwig would be the least favorite. But I don't know exactly which one. I think Piplup might be higher. Just based off of what I like, I'm gonna say Piplup is the best because I like Piplup the best, and I don't really like Chimchar or Turtwig on this one. So let's go ahead and go to the map and see what everyone else thinks. Oh wow, this map is actually insane. It's almost all blue, to be honest. Like, it's literally almost entirely blue this time. We can see here that the United States and Canada have very similar scores. Chimchar losing in both of those. Yeah, dude. Chimchar wins in this region. In South America, Chimchar is a little bit more popular in South America. Maybe not. Looks like Chimchar is actually the least popular. In Paraguay, we have Chimchar 100%. 0% Piplups in Bolivia. 54% Turtwig. Dude, no one likes Piplup there. And here we have Australia with Turtwig in the lead. And Chimchar also falling behind. But Piplup is really close to Turtwig in this one. And in Japan, we have a 53% Piplup rate and 17% Chimchar. Dude, in Japan, they must not like that Pokemon at all. I wonder why. Like, why is it so low in Japan? I figured Chimchar would be more of a favorite in this for some reason. And in Russia, Turtwig is not very popular, but Chimchar is more popular. And Piplup is by far more popular than these two. Dude, Piplup has won this region without even, it just easily wins this region. It didn't take anything else. In Sweden, we have Turtwig as the lead. Romania has Chimchar. There's very few countries that have Chimchar, but dude, India loves Chimchar. What other countries have Chimchar? We have Greece with a huge fan base for Chimchar. Uruguay loves Chimchar. No Piplup, dude. Piplup in South America is either winning or no one has ever even heard of Piplup. That's so weird. And then Iceland and Greenland still didn't vote this time or have not been searching anything. But even Africa and a lot of the Middle East did not participate, and even China this time. I guess China only has Generation 1 Pokemon, now that I think about it. But yeah. Alright, so that's going to be it for today's video. This is just 1 through 4 generations. We will do this again from Generation 5 all the way to Generation 8 if this video does well. So what do you guys think? Were the Pokemon as popular as you thought they were? I mean, I was really surprised by Generation 4. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section down below. So please leave a like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.